Hello YouTube, Luke here again. So I'm going to finally do a video for Legacy of the Duelist, well another one anyway. This is just, I've got a whole bunch of notes in front of me, basically from when I watched the stream the other day. I just had to find videos of it again so I could make screenshots for the points I'm making here. I've got like 14 different topics and a whole bunch of stuff. I'll try and make this video as quick as possible, but okay, first things first. We cannot confirm if that's the actual date. This was this page was actually given to me by Deadly on my Twitter. Basically, so I don't know if it's real or not. All we know is this summer, obviously, which is, well, the American summer anyway. It's a bit different here in Australia. I mean, there's still like a month and a little bit left, month and a bit. But yeah, so I was asking about, will it be worldwide? He believes it's a worldwide release anyway, so can't 100% confirm that as well. But if you all know, remember Millennium Duels, it wasn't worldwide to start with. It was like US at the beginning, then went to European, and then worldwide eventually. Something like that. I don't remember exactly what happened. I haven't bothered going back and searching that far on my channel. But I mean, we know that happened. But anyway, worldwide at least would be good anyway, just for everybody. So I'll just get into the video a bit more now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go through is the campaign mode, so some gameplay. Now, it tries to follow the storylines as much as possible. It probably won't have exactly every single story bit that was in each series, but yeah, they're trying anyway. They try to anyway, but as you can see, this is the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh! So you can play all 5, of course. There's Arc V. More will be added eventually. I'll get to that later, but so it's this one here. It's the Attack from the Deep, where Yugi is going up against Mako Tsunami. You probably saw some of the others, so obviously it's not just Yugi all the time. Like the last one before that was the Harpy Lady, which was Joey against Mai, and Dinosaur Duelist is Joey against Rex Raptor, and you have some more eventually. Anyway, now when, not sure if you can see this little thing here, it says Reverse Duel. When you defeat an opponent, and this is something new that's added. It's called a Reverse Duel. I'll get into it a little bit. Alright, so this is the Reverse Duel right here. So obviously when it's reversed, you play as the opponent, whoever it is you just versed. So in this situation, you're Mako Tsunami going up against Yami Yugi. No cutscenes when you play as the Reverse Duel. You only get the cutscenes when you're playing as the hero or the main character, whoever it is at the time. They're actually pretty long, the cutscenes too, from when I was watching the video the other day. But anyway, that's all right. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun playing as the opponent anyway. Now, the cards, where it goes up to the Secret Forces, which was released in February in English. This is a TCG game mostly. It's focused on the TCG this time. So you get the TCG exclusives. There's no OCG exclusives, but anyway, you get the Secret Forces, which is a pretty cool set actually. Yasenju's, which is a Beast Warrior type deck, level 4 monsters. You get the Necros, which is a very strong ritual deck, and you get the Ritual Beast, which is a very strong fusion deck actually. So there's actually quite a lot of good cards in here. Yeah, but anyway, that's you also need to get a couple of the Necros cards, which are in the Secrets of Eternity. I think it's Secrets of Eternity in English, yeah. But yeah, how many cards? There's 6,691 cards. The TCG exclusives, like I said, so you get all the Burning Abyss and everything. I'll just what I'll do is I'm just going to grab my binder for a tick and just show you some of the good stuff you might be able to see. Okay, anyway, like I said, I'm just going to quickly show you stuff. So this is Necros here. It's the ritual cards. It's they're based off other cards the other game. You got your Brionic and Gungnir, your Trishul down there is like Valkyris and Decisive Armor, Unicorn, and there's a few other things as well that come with it. And there's all some ritual supports. That you get 3 different ritual cards for it as well. Something else you might like if you like some consistent rank 4s is the Satellanites, which is pretty good deck, pretty good light attribute deck. Got some nice cards, and it's some powerful rank 3s as well you can use. I'm not sure if Star Seraphs will be in the game. Shadows, which is a dark attribute fusion deck you might like. That's it's got like it's got 3 different fusion cards for it. There's like a couple of trap cards for it. It's got they've got fusion monsters in every element. You won't see this one in the game. There's also a wind one, which I don't have anymore. It's not that good anyway. Burning Abyss, which is a TCG exclusive. It's a rank 3 deck. All the monsters are level 3. The dark attributes. They got their own spells. They got some. It's got some trap cards as well. These are some of your guys like this is Dante. There's Virgil. Over here you got your Ritual Beast, which as shown before, they're a fusion type deck. They're quickly going through them. As you see, here's your fusion monsters right here. You won't see this guy in the middle. He came a set afterwards. Let's quickly just see if there's anything else that's... No. But, well... Okay, so the ban list for this game uses the January 15 list. Pretty good list anyway. This is just before the Secret Forces come out, so Necros is at full power if you want to play that deck. I'll just scroll down shortly anyway. I didn't mean shortly, what I meant to say slowly. So Super Proclamation was banned. Moral Attack, that's a shame. That would have been good to play like Hat or the Firefist version of Artifacts. That got errated. That's why it's like that. This is one with Snatch Steal, so Clear players are going to like it. Dear. These are the unlimited cards. Okay, now this ban list only affects online ranked. What they're saying during the stream is that you could make your own decks for just your standard single player modes. Whatever you're doing. But yeah, so if you like, let's have a look. If you want to run 3 Pot of Greed in your deck during single player mode, then apparently you can do that from what they were saying. But yeah, this ban list affects the rank modes that you play, just your standard online ranked. There are other types of online modes, but they don't have a ban list because of their situation in the cards. But just for your standard play online modes, this is what it is. So it's not a bad format, I suppose. Okay. Now, when it comes to the gameplay for the campaign mode, there are 2 different options. There's user deck or there's a story deck. So user deck is obviously one of your own that you've made, but your story deck is as you can see here, Yugi's deck. A lot of old, I guess you could say, nostalgic cards there. But oops, wrong button. Yeah, but obviously when you're up against the opponent, they're going to use their sort of storyline decks anyway. So you can win with these. That's a thing anyway. But yeah, that's if you want to have go back in time and use these really old cards. Yeah, you can actually use the storyline deck. I think I'll just use the storyline decks when I play this. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I haven't fully decided, but I think it'd be a lot of fun using these old decks, even if they're no good in real life these days or anything. It'd be a lot of fun. Now, some monsters have animations for their attacks. Not everything can, because there's nearly 6,700 cards in the game. You can't expect them to do everything. But this is the Blue Eyes here doing his Burst Stream of Destruction. That's an attack. During the stream, we also saw Utopia do the attack. That's number 39. Utopia do an attack as well. That was pretty good. But so yeah, there are some animations, not for every single monster, but they might be something to look forward to as well. Okay, so for the story, I said before, with the campaign mode, they follow the storylines. They follow the storylines of the 4Kids versions, the English 4Kids versions of the series. So there is DLC that's going to be available where you can do the extra episodes from various series from the Japanese versions. I know what they are because after GX, I only started watching the Japanese with English sub after they cut the season 4, but I can't blame them because the season 4 is actually very dark, and I'm not going to spoil anything for everyone. But this here is, if you played Millennium Duels, then you should know who this is. This is Night Shroud. He's the final boss of the GX series, but also in the 5D series that ends early and they skip episodes. So obviously, because it's a 4Kids thing, they have to be for kids. They can't show certain things, but that's where DLC comes into play. They're allowing you to buy the extra seasons and episodes and whatnot that were not shown, but in the 4Kids dub. So that's what the DLC is for this one. There might be cards as well, and also later on for the Arc V as well, Arc 5, because that's only just started in English. I think it hasn't even been going that long in the Japanese. Let's see, there's a Raw coming out tomorrow for it. But yeah, that's what the DLC is. It does all that extra stuff that only the Japanese had in for the shows, but that's something else that could be looking forward to. So here's one of the really cool things about this game. You don't have to buy cards with money in order to get the best decks like you had to. There's no DLC only cards. You can get them all throughout the game and fairly quickly as well. You get DP, which is duel points. You can see the DP up here. If you've seen any of my duel generation videos, then you know what I'm talking about. After each duel, and you get a fair bit of DP as well. Like if you beat someone, you get like enough DP to buy like 2 or 3 packs of their decks. What's happening here is that you can actually buy cards, certain cards. If you're after certain cards, you buy them from that person. So you're going to buy some My Valentine cards, you're only going to get cards that she uses, because there's so many cards in the game. It's kind of, and you want certain cards, it's easy to get them. So obviously over here, you're in the Duel Monster series, you can go up and down to the other series. Series is even a word, I don't know, but to the other series anyway. And obviously pick someone else over there. You unlock them when you beat them, obviously, and you can try and you buy cards off them. Here's a picture in a second. Right, so as we can see here, this is what happened when they bought a pack of My. So you've got Amazonas, other stuff here, and you get your Harpies as well. So as it says, that's actually a pretty cool feature. So you can buy, obviously there's going to be not just these guys as well, there'll be booster packs as well, as you said, up to the Secret Forces. So that's a pretty cool feature. There's so many cards in the game, and allows you to try and get exactly what you want, not having to go through other packs and just getting random stuff as well. Obviously there's going to be some random stuff in here as well, but you after certain things, then this game helps you do that. And there's no carryover cards, like when you transferred cards from Decade Duels Plus to Millennium Duels. That's not available in this game, but that's not a bad thing anyway, because you can get the cards pretty quickly. As I said, when you duels, you can buy like 2, 3 of that person's packs anyway. Or you don't have to buy their packs, you can buy other packs as well. But you get enough points to buy like 2 or 3 of that character's packs anyway. Depends who you're up against. Now, also for online ranked dueling, you get DP as well for winning. You also get DP as well for losing. They're trying to stop people from rage quitting. Basically, if you rage quit, then your opponent gets the win anyway. It's not like in the other games where you don't get any stats for it or whatever. You actually get the win if your opponent rage quits on you. So they've added the DP feature for the online as well to try and stop people from quitting a lot. But yeah, you get the win anyway if your opponent disconnects. Now, when it comes to the deck editing here, there's a few different features. I'll get in the first, but first thing I'll get into is that you start off with 5 starter decks, and they're not random bad starter decks like you had in Millennium Duels and Decade Duels Plus. They're actually good decks, and there's 5 different ones because they focus on each type of summoning. So you got one that does fusions, one that does rituals, one that does exceeds, one that does pendulums, and one that does synchros. This is actually this is an exceed deck that they made on the video. But your 5 starter decks anyway focus on each type of summoning, and they're actually good decks. They're playable. They're not rubbish like you get to start off with in the other games. So that's another good thing as well, which can help players. In the tutorial, there is, for each series, it does tell you how to actually, there's like 2 or 3 turns, and shows you how to actually do each summon for those who don't know how to do it. So it helps you learn as well. There's another cool feature, which is this pretty cool feature here. It's called Smart Searching. So obviously with so many cards in the game, it's you don't really want to go through every single card that you have. So what you can do, you can use the smart search button. What it does, he's targeted Gargantua Magician, and what it does, it brings up cards that could be useful. It brings up other Gargantua cards, and it brings up cards that are relevant to it. He also did he was doing a Lightsworn deck in the gameplay as well. So he had a Judgment Dragon, and he did the smart search, and it brought up all the Lightsworn monsters and cards that are relevant to that archetype and to Judgment Dragon. So this brings up cards that are relevant to Gargantua Magician, and cards that can also be useful as well, because when he did the Judgment Dragon, it also brought up an Honest as well, because that's a card that can be useful for that deck. So that's this smart search thing is a very good thing. That was yeah, very good thing they've used. Never mind, very good thing that we can use is what I should have said. And when it comes to saving your decks, when you actually do them, you can actually choose an avatar for that deck. So you can have a different avatar for each deck. So there you go. If you're running Harpies decks, you can use like a Mai. You can use Mai, or you can use whoever you want. That's a cool thing. So once you beat the duelists, you get their picture. But yeah, for every deck, you can choose an avatar for it. So yeah, that's something useful. So use that deck online or whatever that comes up with that avatar. Now, another great feature that was mentioned is that this game will actually get updated in time. Unlike Millennium Duels, which has been the same format for over a year with nothing changed, this game will get more cards into it eventually, and also the ban list will change during that time as well. It will not stay the same like Millennium Duels has. It will actually update over time, which I thought was amazing. So the game will stay fresh this way. It won't be stale. It can stay fresh, and you get new cards to play with. Another format. So that's another thing which I was very impressed when they mentioned it during the stream. So it's going to make the game have longevity to it. It won't be boring like Millennium Duels is now. It's been the same for over a year. So it's going to be a lot of fun, this game. Now, another thing here with the gameplay is the Duelist Challenges. This is your expert mode. If you played Millennium Duels, when you defeated the game once, you had expert mode came up, and you could challenge everybody all over again. This is something similar. This is just Duelist Challenges. It's basically once you unlock each opponent, the hard mode, expert mode, when you defeat them in the game. So you can actually play against some top decks early in the game if you want to. Mako used Mermails, Atlanian Mermails. They've actually, they should be a lot harder, these decks as well. They should be a lot better than they were in Millennium Duels as well. Like some of the decks they used probably could have been a lot better. The cards that were irrelevant to that format, I remember playing against like Constellas and stuff like that. There's some cards in there you didn't need to have. The Dragon Ruler deck could have been better. But yeah, apparently they're going to be really good decks to play against, so that should be a lot of fun also. Another game type that you can play in this game, another feature, is the battle packs. They're a booster set containing newer and also older cards as well. There's the draft format and there's the sealed format as well. So there's two different types of formats. You can play the battle pack online or against the opponent, as you see here. So you do online battle with the battle packs, or you do the single player battles. You get 5 duels for each one, whether it's sealed or draft. After the 5, you get a ranking, points, whatever, and then it gets abandoned. You have to start again, because that way, it's makes it a bit more challenging, because you're going to have different cards each time after each 5 duels. So that's the thing. Basically, there's your packs anyway now. So there's 2 different types. This is your sealed. Sealed is it gives you a deck full of cards, and you can edit it. There are 2 different types of gameplay. There's the European gameplay, which is you can use a minimum of 30, or there's the US gameplay where you use the standard 40 card deck. So basically, and you can actually choose which one you want to play. So even if you're in the US, you can use the UK, the European, 30 card deck, and or you can just use your standard 40 card, or if you're in Europe or wherever else, like Australia, like me, I can use either one. So that's a pretty cool feature, using either the European rules or the American rules for each battle packs. But that's your, as I said before, that's your sealed. So you get the deck and then you edit it. For your draft, what happens is you have to make a deck out of cards. What happens is each time it comes up, there will be 15 cards, and you pick one of them. Then another 15 cards will come up, minus the one that you've had, so you can't get that card again, is what they said. And that's how you do it. So you just get random 15 cards, select one, another random 15 cards, so you make either your 30 card deck or your 40 card deck, plus the extra and whatnot. So that's not a bad mode also. That's something that's a little more challenging and a lot more fun as well. Something I'm looking forward to. So yeah. Okay, so last but not least is the dialogue settings. Now, if you know, during the other games, they'll come up with a dialogue saying, do you want to activate a card at this point, and whatnot. Now, there are 3 different settings. There's your standard settings, where it'll probably ask you, where it asks you all the time whether you want to do it. And you have to hold on a button if you don't want to use it. There's simple settings where it'll only come up in situations where it believes that it's needed, that a chain will be needed. And there's also Pro mode, where absolutely no dialogue will come up at all. You will have to play that duel manually. So you hold on whatever button is, A or X, depending what system is, whenever you want to change something. So you have to be right on the ball now. That Pro mode is going to be a lot of fun. So it's just going to skip all dialogue, and it's up to you to decide whenever you want to play a card. So that's something that's going to be interesting. I'll definitely try that out at one point. But yeah, I believe that's it. That's everything on my notes. I'll type all this in the description box. Oh, I'm worn out from that, from all that talking, but hopefully you enjoyed this anyway, and enjoy all the new features that are coming. So anyway, until next time, thank you all for watching, and see you again soon.